Another Brick fan here with my review of the LEGO Star Wars 20th Anniversary Edition of the Clone Scout Walker. Let's take a closer look. This is LEGO set 75261, was released in April 2019 and has 250 pieces, 4 minifigures including the Darth Vader, which is based on the 1999 version. This set is based on the 2005 Clone Scout Walker set number 7250, which had less than half the pieces and not all the extra builds that you see here. This set includes the main build of the Scout Walker, a spider droid, a small bunker with a mounted gun emplacement, or turret. The minifigures include a Wookiee, a Kashyyyk battle trooper, and a battle droid. Let's go ahead and start with the smallest of the builds, the bunker and turret. This small little build is actually pretty nice. It's a decent representation of a bunker. Just kind of gives you the feel for it. I like how the turret is set up so the rifle can actually move side to side. There's a little bit of protection here with the wedge pieces. And then it does move up and down slightly so it can be aimed. All these little rock plates here are done with hinges so that you can actually move them and position this bunker however you'd like. So it could be wide, you can fit a couple of minifigures back there, or you can kind of give more around protection there and put just a single minifigure in there. Overall, a nice little defensive position for minifigures. Next up is the spider droid. This also is another really good build. One of the things I really like about this spider droid is the fact that they use this clear 2x2 round piece, which gives it some more stability. So you can actually move the legs a little bit more independently of each other and allow the spider droid to, be in a lot of different action poses, since it will still stay standing up correctly. Another thing I really like is how the stud shooter here and the little telephone piece has the red trans studs, which make for a really nice kind of face on the droid. Another interesting piece here is this actual sword piece that's used for the antenna in a nice silver, which I think looks really good, and it's an interesting way to use that piece. So again, overall, a really nice little build and a good addition to this set. Next, here's the Scout Walker itself. So this is a nice build. I like the color scheme where they use the sand green and the tan pieces. So it looks really good. The legs are extremely sturdy. However, they don't actually move very much. If you look here at this hinge joint right here, you'll see that it really can't move much forward from that. Can move slightly backwards, and you can get the walker positioned like this, but that's about the extent of where you can actually position the legs. If you start moving these back too far, you see that it becomes very unstable. So not a lot of movement is available in the walker itself. In the front, there's this cannon and a stud shooter integrated in. It does move back and forth. The only way to tilt it is actually, it doesn't tilt up and down. So you'd have to position the walker this way and that way if you needed to do that. You can tilt up because you can tilt the whole body up, but like I said, you can only go about one click before it actually becomes a little bit unstable. See, as you go up that second click, it won't stand on its own. There are some stickers used quite effectively up front here. You can see those are really good, and then if you do angle this back just right, you get the trooper's ability to look over the edge, and gives him a pretty good protection, obviously, from hostile fire. Overall, a really nice build, and I think it works really effectively. It is quite tall and probably a lot larger than you would expect it from the actual show where you saw these. Should probably be about, I don't know, half the size it is, maybe just slightly larger than that. It's essentially a transport vehicle, so the trooper should be able to just get into it like he'd ride a motorcycle, for example. Let's take a look at the minifigures now. The collectible minifigure that is included with this set is Darth Vader, based on the 1999 version. I think it looks really good. I do like the custom stand with the printed 20-year Star Wars logo, and then of course the name of the character goes on there. These little stands are very simple build, with just some slopes and plates, or arches I suppose, and some plates. And these include a little, these come with a 2x4 tile which can be used to connect these together, so you get all 5 of them in one set. So we'll take a closer look at Darth Vader now. Now here, taking a closer look at Darth Vader, you see that the printing on the chest is a nice accurate representation. I like how they use the silver on his chest there, and then the control panel or different life monitors that he wears. This is of course the older or original helmet for Darth Vader. This was updated a few years back to a new, more accurate helmet, but I think this one is obviously very accurate to the original time when the figure came out. He does have the older material cape, or the original material cape, and then his signature red lightsaber. His head is done in the light gray color. This is a newer light gray color. When the original figure came out, light gray was a little bit different with Lego. Moving around to the back, there is no alternate face for this particular figure, as you would expect, since he's covered with a helmet most of the time. On the back, there is the 20th anniversary printing you see here. This is included on all of the collectible minifigures from this 20th anniversary collector's series. So again, this is a very accurate representation of the 1999 Darth Vader, or the original Darth Vader, because 1999 is when all these sets originally came out, and a really good figure for the collection. The set comes with a generic Wookiee figure, since it's set on Kashyyyk. The Wookiee comes with a musket weapon, as you can see here, instead of the bowcaster you see with Chewbacca. I do like how they did some printing, obviously around the face to improve that, and then there is some additional printing there on the legs, which I think looks very good. Moving around to the back, you see there is no printing on the back at all, which is fine in this case. The headpiece for the Wookiee simply comes right off there. There's no printing on the torso at all. All of the detail is done with the texturing and printing from the headpiece itself. As you can see, this is an extremely generic battle droid, simply done in the tan pieces with the pistol blaster, a kind of medium-sized blaster. No printing, no detail around rank or anything else on this figure. Very standard battle droid that they've made for quite some time. The Kashyyyk Trooper looks really good. The coloring and prints are well done, and I really like how they blend the print from the torso into the legs. It looks pretty seamless to me. I like how they use the additional printing to provide some additional camouflage on the uniform. The helmet looks great with the feature here for his mouth, and then the goggles around his eyes with the visor. Very nice helmet piece. As you move around the figure, you see that the camouflage detailing is also continued along the side of the helmet. The back of the torso is printed with the same kind of patterns and detailing as you see on the front, which is also very nice. And then again, the helmet contains some of that camouflage pattern. It follows all the way along, and even looks like you see some here on the edge of the mouth or nose piece on the helmet. So overall, a really great printing and a really nice helmet piece. Taking the helmet off, we get the standard angry clone face with no alternate face. So with the exception of Darth Vader, I would say this is the best minifigure in this collection. Obviously, the 1999 throwback Darth Vader is probably the highlight of this set. Now that we've looked at the minifigures, let's take a look at the full set again. So in conclusion, this is a really good set. The updated walker has a great color scheme, and using the Kashyyyk Trooper instead of a generic clone trooper was a good choice in my opinion. The spider droid also looks good. There's lots of joints and makes this figure very poseable, especially with that little clear piece that actually helps keep the droid stable. The bunker, or turret, is a decent small build, but is really just to add some extra pieces to the set. It is nice to get these little tile rock pieces, though. Those seem relatively rare. The other nice thing is there's some additional minifigures in this set. The original set just came with the walker and a single clone trooper, so it's nice to get the Wookiee and the battle droid as an addition to this set. I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this set, and I'll be moving on to the next set in the series. Happy building! If you like this video, hit the subscribe button to see more of my content, and be sure to click the bell button to be alerted when new content is posted.